Yes, I do, but not as my first identification. I do identify as an European, mostly in cases where I am speaking, talking, having a conversation with people from another continent. I feel European in those situations mostly, but I mean, I do have an identification as Iberian and Portuguese firstly, and afterwards as European. But yes, I do. I think my first trip to Paris with my parents, and we already had the euro, but the euro coin, but it was not. It was a young exchange coin, and I was like 6 or 7, I don't know, and that was my first trip. Um, and we went to Paris, and I saw, like, for the first time, one of the greatest cities in Europe, as they say, and then we could buy things in, like, and use the same uh, coin as we use at home in another country, in another city, which is actually one of the greatest cities in Europe. So, and everything was connected, and it got in the back of my head, uh, because it's like a fusion of, okay, I belong here too. I use this coin as I use back home. This is a city, one of the greatest cities in Europe. Of course, it's not like Lisbon or anything, but it's Europe. And through the coin, I could make like I could connect the 2 points. I belong here as well, not not only in Lisbon and Portugal with my parents. I belong here as well, from the coin, just from the coin, because it was a new thing back then, and it got in the back of my head. And yeah, that was my first trip to another city in Europe, and yeah, that was basically it. It's not one moment, you see. It's like a bundle of moments that happened. Um, mo- I think mostly in France, with all the terrorist attacks, and it's not the not not proper. It's not the worst thing that happened to Europe. The French attacks, but I did feel that after that, after the Charles Hebdo attack um, and previous attacks like in Madrid, but mostly the French attacks, we had like finally a sensation, a collective feeling that Europe was no longer as powerful and protected as it used to be. I don't think this is the worst thing, but I think this bundle of moments may be the worst thing in European consciousness as a community. So I don't think I explained myself very well, but yeah, it's not one moment. I cannot I cannot tell you one moment exactly. I mean, and this is, it's not only me that recognizes this, but a lot of people, especially people that come from outside Europe. Europe is like the best continent to live in. I mean, It's very safe. Uh, you have you have like the probably the best environmental culture in the world here. I mean, so we are less polluted also, and we have more, and we have like the highest environmental consciousness of the world as far as I know. I don't know if this is right. So it's one of the cleanest continents, and it's very safe. It is a beautiful continent, of course, and we have lots of programs, EU programs um, that help us young people to grow. So we don't keep um, in our own country with our own language. So we can travel through Erasmus program, exchange programs, um, and all the programs that the EU has for young people. I think the EU itself is a good thing. Is a good thing in Europe. It's not exactly a moment, but
I mean,
it helps.
you can say that the creation of the EU is.
It is. The creation of the EU helps a lot for all these things that I mentioned to happen, like the collective consciousness and the high culture and the and the safety and all that. It helps, and but well, um, so it's a comfortable a continent. It's very comfy. I would say it's a very comfy continent.
Okay.
I would not rather live anywhere else. Me personally, I haven't traveled a lot as a student as I would like to. I would have liked to do in my BA and masters and all that. So I did not have like all the Erasmus programs and all that. But so that's why my European identity is not as strong as some other people. But as I mean, I will have it will be shallow. It will be very shallow, and it will be uninteresting for you probably, but probably the coin really. It is true. I mean, um, euro the euro helps like immensely just in traveling and getting to know other places and other people. It's like a language, you see. It's a language that everyone can connect with and recognizes. That's the coin, that's the euro, and that's something that links you, Portuguese, with a German or a French person or an Italian. It's very powerful, actually, the coin, but it seems shallow to say this because I'm not one Erasmus student or anything. I will say environmental cleaning, development. Sorry, I mean, I kind of dream of a clean eco continent, and I think we are moving towards that, like quality of living through clean products only. That's what I hope it can happen in Europe, because it will improve a lot health conditions and mostly health conditions, and especially in the cities, and well, a lot of things, of course. But for the people, mostly, it will improve a lot the health conditions. So I kind of dream a lot of about this eco continent, and I think it's possible. I do think I do have an afterthought, but well, Europe is closed in itself still, as it always was actually. It's very closed, I do think. So we live in Europe, and we have an European reality. We are not very, I won't say concerned, but we are not very aware of how it is to live. Of course, we don't live there, but what is the experience of other continents, especially Asia and especially China? So we're kind of afraid of the big bad wolf, without, sometimes, I guess, without trying to understand it. So Europe is still very closed in itself, I do think. But that's my afterthought.
Are you referring to Eurocentrism? Is that?
Yeah. It's not only Eurocentrism in a general sense. It's like it's a bubble. We live in a bubble, and we're not aware. Really, we're not aware of what it is to be American, to be Asian, to be African. Even without judging those people and those continents, we probably think that I don't know, sinks, bathroom sinks are everywhere, and they are not. And yeah, so kind of Eurocentrism, yes, but yeah, we live in a bubble still. We still live in a bubble.